All right, the idea of probability basically is the idea of success over possible in a way that is part over whole. And so with that in mind, go ahead and give 70 a shot. All right, one way to do this is to say, okay, the probability of red is 5/8. So success is R, possible is 48, and that's 5/8. And so if I cross multiply and solve, what's R? Anybody get that? Or you all did it another way? I think R is 30, if you do it just right. And then the probability of selecting black, success is black, out of possible 48 marbles, is 1/8. Cross multiply and solve, black is going to be, I believe, 6. And then there's only red, black, or yellow, so the leftover is yellow. I have 36 marbles so far, and so I have from 48, 12 left over. Now this is not the best way to do it, but it shows you what probability means. So then, so the idea would be half empty, half full, right? The 5/8 and the 1/8 take care of how many eighths? 6/8. So the other eighths, which is the leftover, half empty, half full, is how many yellows we have. And so I can go straight to solving for yellow instead of worrying about black and red. So another idea is the probability, let's say, of you passing the SAT is like 95% because you took this class. What's the probability of you not passing the SAT? 5%, the other part of the whole. Right, the two parts make up the whole. I hope that's true. All right, let me start and see if these ideas make any sense to you. Normally, when you have dice, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the 6 sides, right? But in this case, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 on the 6 sides. Is that correct? And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 on the second dice. Let's say that one die is purple and the other is red, which is why I'm using 2 different colors. Okay? I roll them. So what's the smallest number that can come up when I roll them together and add them? 4. What's the biggest number that can come up? 24, because I can have 12 and 12, like 6 and 6, right? So then, what are the in-between numbers that could come up? 4, 2 and 4, 2 and 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and 22. Now this is the wrong way to do it. All right? So how many outcomes are possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 outcomes. How many of them are 22? 1 of the 11. Incorrectly, you might think that, oh, that's not here. That's good, actually. That 1 over 11 is the answer because it's success over possible. There's one way to get 22 out of the 11 outcomes. What's wrong with this? Anybody know? Are all outcomes equally possible? No. There's only one way to make a 4. there's only one way to make a 24. But there are lots of ways of making 12. 2 and 10, 4 and 8, 6 and 6, 8 and 4, 10 and 2. Which is why in Vegas, 7 is the crap out number, because there's lots of ways of making 7. And so rolling dice is against you. And if you know anything about craps, fine. If you don't, I didn't say anything. Don't have your parents yelling at me for teaching you about gambling. So then, instead, there are, if I roll the 2, how many possible ways can the second number come up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I roll the 4. How many ways can the second number come up? 6. So I have 6 first numbers, and here's the key phrase. For each first number, there are 6 possible second numbers. Meaning, how many possible rolls? 36, that's right. 6 times 6. For each first roll, there are 6 second rolls. And of those 36 rolls, how many make 22? 2. A purple 10 and a red 12, or a purple 12 and a red 10. Those are 2 different rolls, 2 different combinations of dice. 2 out of 36, 1 out of 18, choice D. So I get credit. So then we can call the shaded area 1 something, and so this is the same thing, and then each one succeeding that is double the previous one. So, how big is the successful area? 1, right? There's only 1 that's successful. Now, if you don't like yourself, for the possible, you add all the numbers together. If you like yourself, what do you do? Yeah, this is 32 and this is 32. Ha ha, it's 64. A lot easier. 1 out of 64 is the probability of hitting the shaded region.